Hello and welcome to Zelda Speedruns. Today we have the finals match of the Zelda 2 100% All Keys Tournament 2023. Matchup is Sheepdog81 versus MwdaShadow. And commentator for this match will be Yunus. Take it from here.
All right, thanks. Welcome in, everybody. All right, we've got ourselves the first of a potential pair of final matches for the Zelda 2 All Keys tournament. In the Sweetie Bit bracket, this is the second bracket for the people who didn't qualify in the top 16, but it's been super exciting, and we've had amazing races in this Sweetie Bit bracket. And these are our finalists. We have Sheepdog, the #1 seed, who is currently undefeated. This is a double elimination bracket. And MwdaShadow, who was sent down to the bottom bracket, fought his way back up to the final here. And so gets one chance, and Sheepdog gets 2 chances here. It's elimination match for Muda only. But we'll only have a match today, regardless, wouldn't allow both. And it looks like we're off. I think I meant to say that Muta's the #3. We are in Magic Cave, and don't know that our runners will be looking for bubble, but a magic or 50 bag would be most welcome. And Muta gets one. All right. Sheepdog having a bad time in the cave right now, but Sheepdog gets a bag anyway, and he laughs about it, slaps his head a little bit. That's exactly the right reaction for that kind of a piece. Perfect manipulations for this, but we have there's been some data analysis on getting this P bag, and so there are windows where it's more likely to bring a little timer and try to kill the enemy at 29 seconds. Is Muta on a pattern? Oh, it is a 51. Rep sees it. Oh no, Muta went down a little bit too soon and didn't pull the encounters in, so he won't get the skip. Sheepdog is already pulled slightly back ahead due to getting the skip. See, Korea kills from both here, probably. Getting that experience taken care of now, all the small stuff. So now these runners just need to get the big experience to get out of Palace 1 with the ideal leveling. Which would be Pack 4. No reverse skip. That reverse skip is quite difficult and unlikely to achieve without a manipulation. Here in Palace 1, our runners be full clearing the first 4 palaces, getting all the keys. And the bots get in Sheepdog's way. And for just a moment, I'm going to let your imaginations run wild about what I would be saying. I need to just take a moment and fix an issue. Our runners have skipped those two Stalfos for now. They are worth 30 experience, and the other large enemies in the palace are worth 50 experience. And when killing 6 of those large enemies, the 6th enemy will drop either a 200-point bag or a red jar. They want the 200-point bag, but to get the most out of the 200-point bag, well, you want to put it on an enemy that would have dropped 30 experience and not 50. Gets you 20 more experience, and that is actually pretty important to getting attack 4 out of here. Without that, the runners would need to also take out about 8 bots in the palace here. So, better than doing that is just neutral jumping over these 2 enemies that eventually, after the 3rd time seeing them, they will take them down for the experience points. They'll be jumping over 1 more time. Currently, both runners are on a 3 count. As they approach the candle up ahead, I'll get 2 more kills. Now on the way back up, that first Stalfos off the elevator will be their drop. Beams in this room on Muta's side are very helpful for saving time. Allows you to go through the room smoothly as Sheepdog did just 15 seconds ago. Oh, Muta's going to want to pick that up on the way back. Nice forward progress kill for Sheepdog. Same here. Keep moving forward toward the gate. Muta taking a hit. These Chewies they're actually kind of a little bit scary to try to fight because they just wiggle back and forth a lot, and they zone out certain areas as well, and then they jump and make you miss. Bots are the most dangerous enemy in the game though, just because the places they're positioned, usually the damage themselves isn't the big deal, but they'll knock you into lava. But in this case, in Palace 1, the life level is so low that you might die in just 4 hits here. So neither runner got the P-Bag. And there's 1 more chance for it. Coming up, last enemy in the palace. There are 12 large enemies in this palace. So you can get 2 chances. And they only need 1 of them because they got that 50 bag in Magic Cave, which was just miraculous in a way. And there's the bag. Gotta wait. Gotta wait. Don't want to walk off the screen while the level up is coming. Alright, that's good. Sheepdog's on track for attack 4 now after the boss. And Muta gets it. This is great. We love it when the runners both get attack 4. Sheepdog just 1 hit from dead, 1 hit to deliver to Horsehead. And Muta's in the fight. Muta can take and through. Alright, double attack 4. Good start. Our runner are going to be off to collect the trophy on their way to the town of Rookhead Mountain. Some stops along the way. I'm going to take a few bites of my breakfast. All right, jump cave. It's on. Ooh, muted. Thank goodness this level's coming up. Took some hits. There is a no-stop way through those 4 Octoroks, but once you get hit, it's gone. It's fishy. It sucks. So we're through. Conveniently placed level ups. Weedables. Got a 30-year-old box of Weedables sitting out here. Strangely, there's no mold on it at all. That probably... is a good sign for what's in them. Going up, Sheepdog's pausing his ass off trying to avoid those encounters, but no luck. Ooh. Yeah. Unfortunate. How's Mewtwo? Mewtwo didn't successfully dodge the first putt. Alright, they're on the conveyor. They're on the conveyor. He's mostly through the swamp. And fairies! Come on. Actually, that's probably good. He was in the... He would have probably had a bad encounter otherwise. Alright, fellas. Down in the sling. Oh, Mewtwo waited. I think he might have been able to sneak in if he just went non-stop there, but now I think he's got a successful Bagoo skip, maybe? Yep, he did. Good for him. Checking all the boxes here today. Attack 4. Bagoo skip. Suspicious 50 bags in the magic cave. Real great. I'm having for breakfast here in Lifetown is I made us wife and I some breakfast burritos. Cooked up some onions and garlic and egg and some spices. Fried up a couple of tortillas a little bit with some bacon fat. Cheese for her, avocado for both of us. Wrap it up, dip it in some salsa. Take it down. Runners are in the same room. Yo, Mewtwo ate tacos before the race. I love Lifetown. It lets the runners get a, check in real quick. Throw in their 2 cents. You can do a lot of typing in towns. Oh, don't miss the step though. I know you can hear me. Alright, last stop before going off to Death Mountain. The Gatekeeper, the Bridge Keeper. What's his name? Irving Riverman? Yes, Irving Riverman. That's not canon. Okay. Woo! The bots didn't get him. I like to hang on to the beams as long as possible. Oh, there it is. Halfway through the first cave, beam's gone. It's a tough one. This first cave is pretty tough to get through. Hang on to the beams. But they're useful in a lot of places here. You can't go up those steps at full speed. Actually, you can. I think it's like frame perfect movement will get you up those steps full speed without getting hit. But without frame perfect movement, you're going to get hit. So everybody pretty much slows down at least a little bit. And that's a good forward boost. Sheepdog making sure to not despawn his Dyra here. Getting rid of some of those objects on the left side of the screen. The standing stab finish. taking life 3. Keep himself beefy for Death Mountain. Good plan. Bogos. Throwing rocks, kind of slowing you down a little bit to block. Sheepdog's hitting the tricky cave where the bots rain down. Oh, they're so tricky. Good try getting it. Almost had it. Alright, decision time. Skipping the magic level. Mwda's already skipped ahead. He's gonna head straight for attack 5. Of course, when attack 5 pops, Mwda could, if this situation were urgent, he could take life or magic at that point. Nice beam. That's another place where we like to have beams. You know, once we... If you lose the beams in the first half of Death Mountain, you feel it's the same thing, that beam out to that bat, trying to get some forward progress before he's boosted, but he gets his kill. We're good to go, and here comes our first drop. It's P-Bag. It's good. We want P-Bags. P-Bags speed up the segment. If you're low on life, sure, you might want magic so you can stay alive, but P-Bags are ideal here. Well, restart. I can recap it for you. Mwda had a 2451 magic cave with the P-Bag, and Sheepdog had, I don't know, like a 26 blank, maybe 27 or 28, and he still got the bag, so it was great. And then they both got their second P-Bag, the end of the Palace P-Bag, and won. So here we are, attack 4. Ooh. Oh, Mwda did take out one of those. If Sheepdog has had the Dire backed up, you don't want to knock it off the screen, and you don't want to leave the screen before getting your experience, because when you come back, you'll get a nice axe in the face. Also, our runners are probably habitually used to stopping before leaving that screen anyway, because it's a good place to soft lock your game when you're on an attack 3 run. Is that double P-Bag again? Wow. Both runners have the exact same consequential drops. The first 50 bag and the second, third, and fourth P-Bags. So yeah, as we progress through this segment, the runners will be taking attack 5 and maybe magic. Two in life 3, they can play the Generals at the end of Palace 2 to get attack 6. And the more P-Bags they get, the fewer enemies that they need to kill in Palace 2, and skipping enemies to Palace 2 adds up to a lot of time saves. It's a big palace with a lot of enemies. Mwda with the beam. Oh, look, caught that guy. That was just convenient. Alright. We're here at Spectacle Rock, where Ganon lived in the first game 6 years ago, picking up magic containers. Let's see what kind of walks our runners do. Okay, Sheepdog's posting up. He's waiting for random walk timing here. That's what the wait is for. And he gets through. And Mwda is going to do a slightly different strategy. Oh, what saved him? Same thing. Those random walks are known when they're going to show up. They're not random when they show up. It's just random where the enemies move. They cycle between 3 seconds of chasing Link and 1 second of doing whatever. So going forward, our runners will continue to utilize that cycle. That cycle begins based on a timer that loads back to 0, resets, every time a side screen is loaded. Like any side screen at all. Like you transition from one side screen to another, that timer reloads to 0, but it doesn't reload on the overworld. And the overworld is where we're concerned about it mostly, because that's the timer that dictates when random walks occur. So, oh, you'd have had a sideways walk from that. So there we go. There's some random walk, and now it's some chasing right into Sheepdog, right in the tile where he wanted it. And now he's got 32 steps until he steps off the road here. and those twin encounters appear, which he can easily dodge, and then nothing appears until he gets almost to the cave. No, Sheep has not died. A double hit there for Sheep on the red Dyra. Another good double hit. All right. Mwda's cleaning up here too. Double hits. This little tech where you do like a deep falling stab and directly into a jumping rising crouch stab. Every time you hit an enemy in this game, you lose your momentum and you get pushed back just a hair. So by twinning up a pair of hits that are going to do that, you reduce the total amount of pushback and average momentum loss. But each double hit really only saves about 12, 13 frames, usually. So you need to do like 5 of them just to save a second, and all through Death Mountain, if you're on attack 4, there's really only about 3 or 4 seconds worth of double hits available at all. Oh, Sheepdog takes the road encounter. It's fine. Just a few seconds. He knows he could have dodged up, but our runners are like, they're they're about a second apart. Both taking the encounter here. Did any of them get the forward tile? Mwda got the forward tile as well, so Mwda shaves another quarter of a second maybe. Look at this. Mwda's in the lead by less than 2 seconds. Here we are. Oh, fantastic. Oh, the magic refill. I didn't even notice that. Wow. This magic refill is, it's costly in terms of a PB attempt. What if you were on a PB attempt, what the runners probably would have done is back in the medicine cave, after they grabbed the medicine, there's that tiny little lava pit, and they both would have just, if you're on a PB run, you just jump in it, and that way, the death abuse there is as good as any death abuse really you can get in the game for saving walking, and also would have saved them this walk to get the medicine, or the magic refill before getting downstab, which is like a 15-second diversion. So, both of them had to do it. Good. And yeah, if Shadow had gotten the blue jar in the medicine cave, that's the thing. And when you're when you need life cast, and you know, like, you're going to be taking hits, and it's good to pick up blue jars on the way, because a couple of blue jars, even just one, might make the difference. Also, like Magic 2. Magic 2 brings the cost of jump down by 8 points, and that could also factor in, because the runners might you know, they might get to the magic container in Death Mountain with, like, you know, most of their magic missing. But the magic refills from containers, they refill a point value equal to what your new maximum is. So that one refilled 96 magic points. Well, you can spend some of that while it's refilling and get some magic back still. Got all 96. Kind of like a discounted life cast if you need it. Alright, our runners are both looking for their 5th drop now, right here. And it's a jar. This is a good place to get a jar, not for sheep. Actually, no. Because they refilled in town. It's able to cast Ferrying to have pea bags there. Ferrying the Heart right there saves... about a little under 2 seconds. The whole berry also accelerates instantly away from where Link had the game momentum. We got it. And Sheepdog only won, so Mwda's going to get that encounter on the road. Sheepdog's going to appear here, and he's going to watch the random walk, which should always be coming like that. Oh, Mwda, what happened? Bad random walk? Mwda coming off the road encounter there in the middle should have had a random walk for the first step or two. Into the swamp. Not into the swamp, but when the encounters appeared. But he must have had a bad random walk when I wasn't looking. I was still watching if Sheepdog was going to make it to the palace. So Sheepdog had an excellent walk to the palace, and Mwda took an encounter and a half. It's very difficult to get in without encounters. It's even more difficult to get out. So now it's time for some combat. Sheepdog does the quick jump over, one hit into the wall and the two bounce over. Do the safe pickup on the way back through. It's tricky. We have like no stop strats, or nearly no stop strats, no slowdown, but they're tough. Now, those are two very good rooms. Nobody lost a lot there. Sheepdog took a hit, but that's not particularly consequential. But if at all possible, Mwda would probably like to hang on to this life and hang on to his beam. If for no other reason, just to be able to use Fairy or Beam the bots in the most dangerous room in the palace, which will be coming up soon. Here we're just kind of cranking through some enemies, picking up some keys. Blue Stalfos are actually a lot easier to kill when they get in this low ceiling because they can't dodge you very well by jumping. They won't hit you. And as of now, Mwda is already skipped all the way ahead. He's not going to take magic or life in this palace. Sheepdog has magic 2 available, but currently, unless he skips a whole lot of stuff before he gets to, like, everything before he gets to the glove, he probably won't find much advantage in taking it. In fact, I expect both these runners enjoy having a magic refill in Palace 3, but we'll see. Safe. Mwda has the beam. You see the beam doing work there, getting rid of those bots. He picks up the key and he ferries out for safety. There's a magic refill ahead that's always there, so our runners are counting on that. Sheepdog used his magic to get life back to full, but takes a hit. Takes 2 hits. That's what we're looking for. Mwda jumping over. Skip, I gotta turn around for that jar. And Mwda missed the jar. Both runners missed the jar on the first try and have to turn around for it. They don't really need it, but it is worth a slight turnaround. Oh, more damage for Sheepdog. He might be looking at a life cast here. Okay. Who greased up the red jump? Sheepdog jumping over, but he doesn't have the fairy like Mwda. Mwda has jumped up and cast fairy so that an airborne status is locked, and the red Iron Knuckles retreat at full speed away from the fairy to try to prevent it from jumping over is what the plan is, but we're a little smarter than the game is. Mwda spent the fairy magic and now is actually pretty low on life. There is a drop coming. Sheepdog gets an opportune refill, full magic, nearly full life, and Mwda's gonna keep going, not stop for this room, except to dodge this fire. Oh no! Okay. All right, there's a death for Mwda. Unfortunate. Doesn't have to worry about that magic refill anymore. Deaths in this game are costly, but the deeper you are into a room, the more costly they are. It's mostly good. It cost a healthy little chunk of time, but our runners are still in the same room. Morning. J-Dub Willie. Alright, life cast coming out from Mwda, keep it high. Won't be any more refills unless mutating in this. Oh, the bot. There's the refill. Never mind. There's Muta's magic refill. Okay, final level up skip for Sheepdog. Just get that red iron knuckle. Just gonna clear it out, not try to neutral jump it. Oh, the drop is there. Interesting. So he's gonna go into the Palace 3 segment with a 0 count. That'll put his drop later in the Palace, which I like. Alright, keys picked up. Off to the refill. Mute is in the fight. Oh, pretty clean. Just let's off him and just kind of bounce over his head a little bit till he's dead. Alright, this is the tough walk. We're gonna Sheepdog is walking underneath that road tile, watching to see if there's going to be a random walk. There isn't, so he dodges onto the road. Now, having a random walk, it's going away. Now let's see what Muta's doing. Muta, just holding right, takes the life level. Whoops, not a big deal. Did Shadow kill the red IK just to push the count? I don't know. Alright. Quick spawn, random walk. Muta's got a chance to get to town, and he's got a clear path to town. Good. No, Warlock. Muta does, set up drops. I don't know if that's one... If he has a certain drop he likes to set up. I always... Yeah, you did. Okay, cool. Good answer. I wouldn't. Personally, I usually just, there's enough enemies in Palace 3. Of course, Muta is coming to the segment with... oh, no. Oh, right. Never mind. With, you know, Magic 1 and Life 2, so Muta needs to kill a little bit more stuff in Palace 3. If you come into the Palace 3 segment with a little more XP having been spent on levels, there's more stuff to skip, and you can do a little bit different drop manipulation if you want. Not particularly important where in Palace 3 you get your drops, but in coming after Palace 3, the next drop that we want to actually see is actually in Palace 5, if you're doing an eco key, most particularly. But I guess even if you're not, it's good to have a refill. So our runners will probably that'll be the next drop they're actually interested in. But they will see one in Palace 3. And a red jar would probably save them a little bit of refill time at the end. Currently, the biggest refill our runners could possibly have at the end of a Palace is only 3 seconds. Whichever bar is the lowest would be the one that, you know, it's the one saying how long that refill will be. Oh, Muta got a weird walk. Nice move. Get into the Palace. Woo! Giving a bit of a bewildered look like, oh my goodness, what was that? And alright, now we have attack 6. Panic, like, I keep looking up there, like, panicking for myself. Like, oh no, it's attack 5. What went wrong? Right, it's okay. It's okay. We can fix this. The experience is there. In rare circumstances, it's possible for a perfectly adequate run to end up not getting attack 6 out of Palace 2, and that can be quite unfortunate. It makes it... We don't really plan for those very much. I think if it happened to me in a race, I'd have to think about what to do. And that's why it's causing me some distress, but it's all good. Oh, Sheepdog stabbing out the block over top of the key. These guys are so close. Oh, come on. And a little bit of a lead change just over some platforming. Interesting double jump setup for Sheepdog, and Mwda's in a hole. Mwda can jump out now. Boom. Yep, there we go. Jump magic spent. Won't have magic for ferrying the raft, but that is a minor time save. Listed priorities here in Palace 3. Alright, dangerous room, the Joshi D BGT rooms. Both runners skipping the key on the way over. I'm not really sure why. The key isn't necessary yet. The key's for doors to the left, but nevertheless. Have to... What? Did Sheepdog do an unintentional death? I saw the flashing. I was reading this copy pasta. I'm sorry. You're very irresponsible of me.
Yeah, he was knocked back into the lava and couldn't spell fairy fast enough.
Okay. Yeah. Usually, even if you can ferry out of a death in these lava rooms, a lot of time it really doesn't add up to a time save at all. The question would be, can I finish the run without having a game over? Yeah, those rooms are dangerous. Bots near lava, they're very unpredictable. They can do all kinds of stuff. The only predictable bot is one that has literally just been loaded. Like, you enter a screen and it's right in front of you. It's not going to move right away. They seem to have some sort of a load-up time before they start doing random stuff. Going away from you, going towards you, jumping the opposite direction they were just moving. You don't know. They just do anything. Sheepdog's XP was a little low, so he stopped for the Doom Knocker. But with this Red Iron Knuckle kill giving 100, Sheepdog will be just fine. Going high over the bricks so that he doesn't have to dodge a shot from the Blue Iron Knuckle. Mwda going in front. He has to just block that one shot. Doesn't need the P-Bag. XP's fine. 399 into Rebanak with this leveling is enough experience. And that is a good dismount for Sheepdog, and a nice kill coming up. Okay, good. All clear. And Mwda's in the corner. Nice, quick corner, safe corner. Bringing it in, pressing the A a little bit. Come on, bring it in. Bring it in. This is why we don't do the corner sometimes. This is like the deterrent for the corner, is when it's so stubborn it just won't come in. Even though Rebanak says it gives 300 XP, it actually gives 301. It's just a coding mistake. Somebody assigned that value as a 301. Sheepdog weaved right through the encounters. Mwda took one there in the desert before escaping the island. Go up. Next stop will be Maze Island to save the kid. Got a little bit of walking to do. This is like a little sampler section of overworld walking. Getting off the dock is pretty tough, but there's a random walk here, and Sheepdog's able to get away from the spawns. In this cave, Sheepdog will be looking to avoid any big time losses. He wants that random and chase walk timer on the overworld to stay in a certain way, because it's got a set of steps it's going to take here. Go up and over and check it. Oh, He backs off. I don't know. He pressed left. I don't think he meant to, but he had fairies in front of him, and I think they scared him. They just cast a fear spell on him, and he just ran uncontrollably backward. All right, so he's dodging down. Oh, but the random walk came and hosed him. Sheepdog was actually going to be fine. Let's see if Mwda does the walk that we expect to see. Fairies just to start, and yeah, it's now dodging up and over again and getting his third spawn here at the sand. Oh, yeah. People think that's 100% to walk on that sand and just turn right back around and go to the bridge, but it's not. It's just not. That's just because there are random factors in the way enemies spawn. Sometimes it works. Sometimes it works, but it doesn't always work. Runners are both fairing the kid. It makes this cave a little easier. Mwda's on critical health. Any hits up ahead would kill him, but he shouldn't have any. We're not in fear of that. I think he'll be fine. And so Sheepdog picking up the one up here also sets up the timer for this next walk. This is a 5 encounter walk. If he makes it through the whole thing, waiting for the first encounters to spawn, going up and over here, and waiting for a pair of encounters here. The 16th step in the second frame rule, and here comes the 32nd step. Boom, up. Getting an encounter skip. There's a trapped tiles there that you have to walk through 2 things, and so to save little bits of time here. Whoa, oh, Mwda. You stand still. Oh, watch out for the coffee grinder. I don't like these coffee grinders much at all. Oh, that hit does not kill Mwda, and that's really good. That's probably the only hit in this whole section that wouldn't do it. The Octorok. Alright, so Sheepdog has pressed down and cast Fairy to lock in a crouching input. Or crouch, I guess not the input, just the crouching status, and then flies up to the chimney and is sent in. Picks up the upstab. Mwda's gonna go ahead and life up with this rolling magic refill. It's got 512, but it's like a 256 point refill. So it'll refill 2. Yeah, you know, if you think about, like, you jump up there as Link, and then you're standing on this, you know, the rooftop there, on the chimney's top, and then you have to press down, and it sucks you in. Well, you know, Link's just standing at a certain height level against a collision line, and so when the fairy does it, you've already got crouch push, so if you just get on that line, the down input isn't even necessary anymore. You can just press left if you're at the exact vertical position. Just press left onto the chimney and you get automatically sucked down. It doesn't save time particularly. It's just really cool. It's kind of neat as a runner to just be pressing left and get sucked straight down. Teaches you something about how the game works from an observational standpoint. Alright, talking to the sign. Mow. Waiting for this. Talking to the sign there like that. Guarantees that that set of enemies will be tracking Link down so that the skip is easier, and those stabs do the same thing. They're just time buffers. Timer your way. Alright, Sheep's got. He's got another potential 5 encounter walk. If he does it right, he's watching. Oh, he doesn't get out of the forest in time to get an easier to dodge grass counter. So let's see Mwda's walk. Oh, we're almost there. Sheepdog has a couple dodges to do to get to. Yeah, it doesn't get it. So it's a 2 encounter walk. Now Mwda's posting up, same position as Sheepdog, taking 2 extra steps, so this spawn's gonna come a little sooner. Oh, he just goes right through it, and it's a back spawn. Lucky. All right, we got another counter coming in, and another counter coming in. It's showing up here in the forest, and it's a fairy. So that's going to take some time off. He might not stop right here at the forest edge. Oh, no, he gets lucky. The frame rule lets him out of the forest, and an easily dodged sand encounter. So we call those a half encounter if you get a fairy. It's towards kind of like tallying up how many unwanted encounters were in the run. That's a It's a 2 encounter walk for Sheepdog and a half encounter walk for Muta. Yeah, nobody's gonna complain about a half encounter LZAD unless they're, I don't know, like really, really good at the game. You know, a world record competing run will be annoyed that a fairy appeared because fairies are always random walking, and so you can't really predict where they're going to go, and they get in your way, and the more you dodge them, the more time they waste. Where a spawn, you know, a regular encounter spawn with an expected set of movement, the runner would have gotten by in a very predictable way, in a very predictable amount of time. Here we are, we're in Palace 4. And this palace has like 2 sides to it. There's a right half and a left half. The right half is where you pick up the boots. That's where we're going right now. There's a drop for Sheepdog, so his count's at 0. Runners prefer to leave the palace with a 4 or 5 count, so that they can get a refill quickly into Palace 5 after spending their magic at the Eco Key Shaft, or the Eco Fairy Shaft, whichever it is. No Periwinkle, yeah. Muta has the the contrast, the white highlights and the deep shadow tones. Sheepdog's colors are a lot more even. Some muckers. These colors, I'd be a little concerned about Jam actually being either of these colors, I think. I think they're both just a little bit artificial looking in terms of food. Last night, what is it now? It's the 9th. So last night was the 8th, and my wife remembered that she bought an advent calendar filled with little samples of jams. And so finally she opened up a few last night for a friend. None of them were purple, they were like... But the names on these things were nuts, I don't have them in front of me. But one was like white peach, tan... Tangerine verbena... MSG is perfectly fine. I want to get that out there right now. MSG, there's nothing wrong with it. That was for real. I'm not that creative to actually think of something that ridiculous. No, that... And the friend that was over, she and her husband had... They have an advent calendar filled with cheese that they got at Aldi. MSG's good. If you're old enough, you probably remember the time that, you know, no MSG became like this selling point for food because there was this basically unreviewed false report of the bad effects of monosodium glutamate, and it's completely racist, actually. So, just giving you the background to that, there's actually nothing wrong with MSG that's ever been proven. Oh, the stop and block. Chocolate and Pokemon Advent Calendar from Mercs Jr. Yeah, no. No, kids, I mean... That's what's great about being a kid, right? Is that, like, large swaths of time just don't go by without you paying attention to the little things in your life, you know? Roan Ranger's using the thinking noodle there, right? Oh, weird. Pokemon is not cheap. I think I have actually. You know what? We might have done one of those in the past. Maybe it wasn't Pokemon, but yeah, for the kiddos, the nieces and nephews or whatever. All right, we're almost through Palace 4. But we're until Palace 4 is over. This is off-topic time. Our runners are actually there are things happening here. Our runners are doing death abuses. Which refill magic. They save time, backtracking time in these rooms, and that's why we do our death abuses here in this palace. That's why it's planned to do them. You'd see Mute is very low on magic, and you need quite a bit of magic in this palace. To at least do it safely. It can be done in 1 bar magic at Magic 3, but you have to go through the whole palace and do a lot of backtracking, and you have nothing to spare at all. Like, you have to jump to get the 1 key, you have to use Reflect on Karok, that's all the magic you can get. No fairies, no jumps. And actually, using jumps and fairies in this palace, beyond that, and death abuses, does add up to a nice little chunk of time save, like 15 seconds, maybe even a little more. So anyway, yeah, this chocolate from Trader Joe's one sounds great. I don't get over there too often. We've got a lot of grocery stores around here, and last time I went to Trader Joe's was a Monday morning, or Monday afternoon, and it was like the housewives of the east side of Cincinnati, which is the east side of Cincinnati is the snooty side, west side's the good old German dirty side. It's that's the real side. That's where all the good chili joints are. Of course, I'm an East Sider. I might. RNG. All right. We're through. Yeah, Rep. I know it's kind of annoying that you can't get like just the right amount of XP in Palace 4. You're always just over, and you just can't avoid it. I guess maybe, I don't know. Is there anything you could just skip those Doom Knockers completely every time just for the sake of it? But they're in the way and they don't really take time to kill. So all right, we're at Eco Key. Jump is cast. It's a good setup. Oh, and Sheepdog's up there and he's got the grind. Whew. He's Sheepdog looking nervous. You can't see it, but a little and relieved. That was not exactly the ideal setup. He came up just a hair short of where he'd want to be normally, and that means that it's a little bit more time tight to get up there in time to get the adequate boost. And his boost was like, he just barely got up there, and he's getting the refill. That's handy. And Muta gets the Eco Key as well. What a great race. Alright, this is the room that Sheepdog's in. Is the reason that the refill is wanted, because to get up to this key as fast as possible, you want jump magic. You need a couple bricks. You only need 2 bricks and some good momentum, just like that. And he's going to ferry out, and then the jar that he got paid for the fairy magic to get out without losing any more time due to bricks hitting him in the head. Only at the cost of a menu, which isn't a whole lot relative to getting hit by bricks. So Muta also with the refill, and I think using some of that to life back up. Looking for 2 bricks you can jump from. Oh, can you make it from that? Well, you might be able to. Well, you definitely make it from that. Oh, nice. He made it. And he's doing the exact same thing. All right. So the refill in the room Muta's in. Paid for this jump here. Up to top. Getting the red iron knuckle. That's a neat little jump. You get really close to scraping your shins up against the edge of that ledge, but you can come in and get the Iron Knuckle while his defenses are down. A little sneak attack. Could you imagine if you're the guy, you're like, you got told, and you got your orders, like, all right, you gotta guard this key on top of this ledge, and you're just watching. You really can't see much. This floor is kind of blocking your line of sight. You're basically just looking at another wall. And bam, this guy in green just pops out of nowhere and stabs you in the face. He's lying on the ground. You see him jump back over your head a couple times because he's trying to save 10 frames, jumping back down the ledge. All you just notice, you're like, this guy's not wearing pants as he jumps over you. This is just a long tunic, no pants at all. Camouflage in the palace, oh my god. I hope it's in the new Zelda, the live-action Zelda movie. It better be in there. Oh, that's a great time for a refill. Both our runners look to have done the what a fire for Sheepdog. Both our runners getting that level up right there in the room where you're going to ferry that flute, getting the full magic refill. Sheepdog getting ready for a life cast. There it goes. The rest of the palace will just be life cast and then shield against Guma. Rising up onto the key, bouncing up against the wall. Alright, and that is also a bit of a setup. I think, will Sheepdog bother killing one more? No, that's good enough. Sheepdog's going to set up for a 3 count, leaving Palace 5. Which will give the opportunity to get a magic refill some minutes from now. It might save, you know, roughly 2 seconds if he gets it. Maybe up to 2 seconds. Possibly nothing. Up to 2 seconds. Unit looking at the XP. No, yep. Runners just need to get to 700 by the boss. Sheepdog's actually a little on the low side right now. It's gonna want some Mago action. There is 450 XP standing in front of him that will be no problem to get. So filling that out with some Mago to get to 700 will be nice. They both have the same amount of XP ahead. They're not going to see a jar drop in the palace. It'd be preferable even to annoying little Mago boost there. Nice kill. I guess you can also jump and get that red Iron Knuckle. That wouldn't hurt anything if you really needed it. 3 crouching, grabs the key, turn around. Alright, Sheepdog's not going for that. Sheepdog, let's see. There's this bag that's sitting on top of the ledges here is a 50 bag, if I recall correctly. Not going for it. We see running for the kill. There we go. Because he's just 6 XP short of only needing the orange and the red Iron Knuckles in this room. This is the rainbow of Iron Knuckles room right here. Took some damage. He's going to probably life up and queue up shield. Yep. Oh, weird menu, like right as he's like thinking about other menus, the level up pops. You see Mwda picking up the 50. That way he can avoid the blue Iron Knuckle fight and not rely on a Mago kill either. Okay. Sheepdog doesn't have any life in the tank. There we go. Finishes it off. Guma, 6 hits. Picking up the key and heading to the gem. Alright, Mwda coming in. full life and a life cast available. Doing a little pushback with the beam on Gooma's Tum Tum. Little Goom Goom. And sitting there on the edge, and Gooma comes back in. He just pranks him right there. A little bit of cheese strat, as we sometimes call it. Although that's not really the cheese strat. That was actually risky. Gooma could have kept backing off and not giving Mwda a window for damage. But Gooma will pop out there, make his damaging, his hurt box, is that what you call it? I don't know. He'd make himself vulnerable without the mace coming out. He actually has to come out a little bit further for the mace to pop out. So by fighting Goom at the edge of the screen like that, it's a little safer. Here we are. Sheepdog's taking a flurry of level ups here in town. Each level up in town actually saves 42 frames versus taking it in a dungeon. Was it 42? I think it's 42. It's the Zarnax number. In a dungeon and any other location, the town calls up, when you get a level up in town, it calls up a different fanfare. It calls up the spell get fanfare, which just happens to be a little shorter than the ordinary level up fanfare. Alright, this magic will make your sword shoot fire. Beep, boogoo, boogoo, boop. My FDS impression of the old man talking. Submit yours to Link Nabokin chat. Boxes.com. Alright, Sheepdog is signed. Well, that's the use, setting up random walk timings, and there's the random walk we're looking for. Oh, the cheating freaking encounter. It moved. That is so weird. Oh, this game is weird. You probably didn't notice, but the one below Sheepdog was moving awfully fast, it looked. And, but it turned on the sand. It would have been slinkable. Such a weird game. I'm a boken. And so Mwda, having gotten the skip, made up all his deficit and a little bit more, and is now slightly in the lead. About 3 seconds. So what is Mwda doing here? It doesn't look like he's even casting Fairy. This is an interesting strat. It gets knocked back. Watch as they both leave at a much closer time. Sheepdog probably set up for a certain walk here that's sometimes called Lord Doodoo walk because I'm a jerk, I think. And watch it for random walk here and dodging out. I can't believe how easy it actually is to do this. And here, oh, because all the encounters were still, the 6 previous were still on screen, the object table was too full to spawn 3 new encounters for Sheepdog. Only 2 showed up. Very cool. The object table for overworld encounters is limited to 8, and usually you don't... If you could see 6 encounters on the screen, you're usually getting hit pretty soon before you see another set spawn. That was a special case, and that was pretty cool. Sheepdog did not get a magic refill from the cave, and neither did Mwda. Sheepdog actually going to go ahead and life up a couple times with the rolling magic refill, and if Mwda had taken damage, so is Mwda. The magic refill in town is it strictly necessary? It's possible to avoid needing it, but it's actually worth spending your magic and then refilling, because in town here we need to cast the spell to satisfy the 100% requirements of the game. However, The items also take time to hoist in here, and so ferrying them, again, saves time in one of these situations where, oh, good cast for Sheepdog. Some new discoveries we recently made. Light was doing a little bit of practice, and MwdaSave's even a couple more frames. Depending on where you are on the screen, or perhaps where the room timer is, the animation for bringing up the tower will be shorter. It'll start sooner, essentially. It'll be the same rhythm, but some... Like, randomly, it would seem, 0 keys are random, it seems using the first byte or whatever. So, there's a little bit of a visual cue that works every time, and the back of Link's hat is just barely touching the background of the gate behind you before it shows blue sky. The closer you are without going over, the more amount of frames saved. But if you pass over, then you lose. You lose the most amount of frames again. 15. It goes from 0 to 15 frames. It has wrecked the desire currently to do fancy poses at the spell tower. People trying to save a quarter second. I love it. I love these little time saves. No Gable Fairies, yeah. The height boost from pulling off a good pose, I don't know. Looks like Mute is going to do some tech-type math. That's a pretty difficult one to parse. Sheepdog's coming up here, going to wait for the first counter back spawn. That's nice. Random walk came at the right time, so the math is good. Maybe a little too good. Yeah, I tried to make the turn, but it was too tight. He didn't have enough space. Muted does not make it past the first set of encounters, so I have to go again. And random walk there helps, but gets a second encounter before the heart. And it actually started to random walk on him, and he dodged down. Alright, Sheep fishing for a small magic refill. It's not a small magic refill, but it is a small magic refill. Not getting it, and Mute is not even going to look. Mute is full magic. Got a guaranteed magic refill up ahead. So our runners will be spending off their magic to save time. Maybe? No, I mean, dang, these guys are just going, like, menuless here, which I respect. Menuless is actually faster. Okay, here comes a jump cast. But Sheepdog, yeah, Sheepdog just hasn't... He did a 4-tile jump over the trav hole, which is pretty risky. He didn't get a damage boost over. No stop jar grab, I know. I was reviewing some videos the other day. I was trying to find something, I think. And I found the video of me, like, doing a bunch of practice on your no-stop jar grab and just seeing how just a little bit of error could miss it. Quick dismount, quick 2 hits, clean fight. Sheepdog has plenty of magic to ferry off the cross here. He wants to. Is he going to? No, he's not. So then will he ferry out of the Canadian hole? Oh, I just remembered another strat, which was like, why would we do it? To stab the wall and then ferry through it. I have no idea why that was the thing that I ever tried to do. Nice jumps. 4-tile jumps, making it look easy. It always looks easy when it's executed, you know, and you don't get a toe pick. The toe pick's what makes it look hard. So they say about like race car driving, they say the fastest lines look the slowest. no drama, I guess, is the thing. Alright, here we are in the hot strats room for Sheepdog, doing that. Interesting. Interesting. The pre-fire to catch it a little, the first raw head a little deeper and kill it before even seeing the second raw head. I haven't seen that before. Now, Muta is doing the stab there, stacking the 2 raw heads, getting the 50 bag. That's funny. And that is technically a little faster than fire strats just because menuing to fire and then spending the magic points has a bit of a cost associated with it. That's a little higher than the cost of kind of freezing up in that room a moment to just kill with physical attacks only. So hot strats versus cool strats. Ooh, getting the ride up. Oh, nice. Nice ejection from the Rebo, getting a big lift and a big falling stab, which does normal damage, unfortunately. If I ever made a ROM hack of this game, I'd totally try to program in damage bonuses based on, like, maximum velocity, like falling stabs. I think that'd be hilarious. And damage numbers, obviously. Like it's, you know, in a modern game. Just damage numbers popping out of heads. Experience numbers? No. Damage numbers. Alright, Sheepdog's got the jump magic on. Go for the save 1 cycle using the standing stabs. Nice job. Barbara doesn't even get to get back down into the hole. Nice quick kill. Muta's life is so low that a fire strat actually would have been faster based on this life refill. That's part of the whole mess of stuff. Actually, no, it wasn't, because he's using jump here. Never mind. The part of the reason that the fire strat loses time is because it increases the refill, but if your life's already this low, it might not actually increase the refill at all. Alright, so Sheepdog is taking Magic 7, 5,500 out of 6,000 XP, just 500 XP off of Magic 8, which provides a refill and seriously reduces the price of Thunder. This is an important level up time later to save some. Timing of it will help you avoid doing things like a death abuse or farming a red jar, and those things can be costly. Overkill points. Yeah, that was the other thing. I would like if Link gets multiple kills before touching the ground, bonus points. Like bonus point multipliers for downstabbing. Like you downstab the 5 bots on the stairs in Palace 2. 2, 4, 8, 16, 32 XP. What's up? Tons of time fairy dashing. Yeah, fairy dash loses a few frames. Even over just holding right out of the palace, it loses a few frames. Based on an expected further use of fairy on the bridge heading to Thundertown. Alright, so Sheepdog's gonna life back up. He's gonna want full life for the next segment. Alright, road spawn, stab. Okay, good, got the stab. Setting up a nice chase into this encounter skip here. Gonna go for the refill. So yeah, beams in this next section are really handy. He's also queuing up spell already. Let's see what's gonna happen. So I think he's gonna spell the first encounter since the magic refill is still rolling. And from here on, try to use the beams as long as he has them to avoid needing spell. Oh, gets a back spawn. It's gonna stab it out to get another chase set up. This time with the front spawn, much better. Do this particular set of movements. It's so satisfying. Muta doing the same thing, using spell magic on the rolling refill. Sheepdog's next counter is able to do the same thing. Muta's gonna keep doing spell. Muta tends to set up a drop off max up ahead, the Scorpion. Looks like Sheepdog took an extra counter there right before the skip. I guess maybe he just didn't get the skip. Mewda's through it right now. It's pretty close. Sheepdog entering the long VOD cave full of eyeballs, and Mewda's right in there with him. Chasing him down. Jumping over eyeballs. Double blue eyeball here. Should look more into what to do to despawn those eyeballs. That might be handy. And no magic for thunder. And Mwda does not. Yeah, okay. So what Mwda was hoping maybe was max it open the eyeball and then drop a red jar form. Doesn't happen. No problem. Preemptively killing the blue Lizalfos. Our runners are going to try to get into the palace with some 5,900 number of XP. As that's possible. It looked like Sheepdog took a little damage exiting the encounter. No, he didn't. That was just a graphical thing or my eyeballs. So there's 100 points for Sheepdog right there. It's 33 off. It's a good number. Oh, I don't know if that was is that a skip for Mwda here? Great Barrier down, 114.58. Mwda does not want this kill, he wants to avoid it, and if that means taking a mace in the back, so be it. 115.18. 30-second difference right now. Oh, 58, that's 20 seconds, not 48. Like, say a number, I just can't even, like, keep it in my memory for 20 seconds, apparently. 20-second difference. Alright, hopefully our runner... There's a Sheepdog is pre-typed dot done. Checkpoint type and dot room. Raw room breaking blocks to keep these raws in pattern. Very cool. Uh-oh. Gets an undesired hit there. Squeezing through these in the Great Palace. The raws don't stop spawning when you reach the end of the room. They actually keep going, which adds a layer of difficulty in a really interesting and like simple and subtle way. The rest of the game, you get to the screen, they don't. They go off screen and they don't like show up anymore. It's weird. It's a weird thing. Oh, Mwda's taking some hits here. He's gonna go ahead and get a couple kills. He actually was a little bit behind on the XP, especially after taking those hits. Caught back up, but his health is very low. He needs to be very careful here, and there's not much you can do about that. Better to take that bot in the face than to wait around. Jar for Sheepdog. He's gonna use it. Refill and then be full. Casting jump here. Casting shield even. Preventative measures. Mwda's going through. Get through there! Oh my goodness. I don't know if he should have been dead or not, but if you get off the screen before the health actually runs out, you just sit at 0 XP or HP. It's great. So hunting for the jar drop. Be careful. This is the tough part about getting the jar. Mwda stacking up some magic as well. Using it all. Maybe all but 2 points of it right there. Amazing. 100 plus 12 plus 16. Oh, that is everything. He used every drop right there. That was awesome. 2 life casted, jump in his shield. He's just 20 points off his final refill. Hopefully his final refill. Aggressive blue Foca for Sheepdog there. Taking some of his life, getting a little tax in. Whew. Sheepdog's at 6 bars, only needs 3 more experience points, no problem. Mwda's already taken the level up and used some of the magic points to refill, so he will be needing a death abuse in order to most quickly get this magic refill. He's going to use fairy here. He was thinking about it. It's a little bit tiny. It's like a second faster to Death of Use in the room that he's previously in, but there's he still had magic to fairy over that guy, which might have taxed him a second anyway. Or more, so good move. Holding off to the last moment for the Death Abuse, and here we are in the fight. Sheep's got a 2+2+3. Didn't quite get the 4 hit at the end. Finishing it off with a 1 cycle, or a, I don't know, second cycle. I don't know what you call it, each one. I mean, if, I guess it's a 1 cycle if you get the 2-2-4, and then it's a 2 cycle with the way he did it. 1.66 repeating, of course. Turtling for Sheepdog, turnaround stand. You is just going ham up here. Alright, T-Bird down. You're having a look here. Sheepdog is delivering the final blow to Dark Link. Good game to Sheepdog, and that makes Sheepdog the tournament champion for 2023 100% all keys, the Sweetie bit bracket. And here, see Muta finish up his run on pattern, standing stamp jump, standing jump, but he's trying to jump out Darklink here, but Darklink gets the final laugh in that jumping show, and it's over. Muta finishes up run. Good game to Muta. We have a 120-12 for first place, a 120-48 for second place. Excellent. We'll have our runners come in here. Just a moment. Wow. So, really solid race. It's great. The runners, you know, they both had attack 4, a lot of the same RNG stuff, a lot of the same little tricky tech things like Eco Key. Both turn out the same way. Both had really good, like, key rooms in Palace 5. It's another room that can really just randomly eat up time. Hey, they're in here. Congratulations, Sheepdog.
Morning.
Hey, thank you.
Morning.
GG Sheepdog. Thanks.
Thank you. GG's. Well,
All right.
I was looking, and you were at my tail the entire run. I felt I couldn't shake you off.
Yeah. Yeah, it was. You really pulled away from me our last race. Towards the end, I think it was a little bit. I think I was like ahead of you even at some point around P5, but
Yes.
this time I feel like I was like 20 seconds behind, and I only wound up finishing about 20 seconds more behind. I don't know. There are things that I could have done better. I wish one of us could have gotten a sub 80. I know you almost did last time, but there was no sub 80 in the Sweetie bit bracket, unfortunately.
Didn't even Vaughn have it? One?
I don't think.
I don't think so.
It's tough.
Well, if I had a perfect Dark Link, I might have taken this one, but it was trolley as ever. Yeah.
So we got a heart rate check. Anybody a little bit of elevated heart rate heading through the end there?
Not really. I think some spots in the middle maybe, but Palace 4 a little bit because I was trying to do it on only one death, and then I did a dumb right at the start, and I cast jump a room early, and then I didn't know what to do really, and I should have just taken a death abuse in the first lava room when I didn't get a jar, and then I could have maybe, at that point I should have just at least committed to taking 2. Try to take one in the first and third room, but I didn't, and I tried to do the second lava room jumpless, and it didn't work. So I took an unproductive death in Palace 4, which never feels good.
Yeah. How many lives did you finish on, Sheepdog? You picked up even the graveyard one up.
Yeah. I don't remember how many lives I had left.
You
Probably
you had the
2.
bot room death. Were there any other
I
unplanned deaths
skipped
that I'm not
one
thinking
death
of?
abuse in P4.
Okay. Well, so you had a good amount of
I had
padding there.
2 more, I think.
Yeah.
But I should have death abuses in the medicine cave, because
Yeah.
but
that
everything went
alone-
so well. I'm thinking, okay, this is going well, but
it is.
on the bridge
Right.
back, it
Yeah.
didn't go well.
Medicine Cave was another spot where I knew my drop count was at 5, and I was just waiting for another fish to spawn so I could take it out and know that I'd have a jar. And if I happened to, get that impossible bag that I was obviously never going to get, I was going to death abuse in Medicine Cave, and I'm like, all right, well, I'll get a jar on the way back, and it was a bag. So I think we both had to talk to the magic lady. I noticed
did.
Eon pointed that out in chat.
You
that,
also talked to the magic lady.
Yep,
Wow.
both
Yes.
of you talked to the magic lady. I forgot about that. That was another one
Yeah.
that's like, that's a 15-second time loss to do that, and you both had it, so that was another point
Yeah.
of just
I was just
keeping the
assuming
race
you
close.
had some bad walk to Palace 2 or something, because I was expecting you a little bit closer.
Yeah, it was one swamp, one road. But yeah, I think we were only like a second or 2 apart. I think going into Fairy Town, and then I think you had a cleaner walk than me.
I had one road encounter,
Oh, you had the one road, okay.
so they were nice to me today.
Yeah, that was a good walk. What else was there? Let's see, not the Green Mile walk, the Elzad.
Yeah, it was a total
That
mess. They pushed me upwards, so I had to go on top.
Yeah, you didn't make it to the grass in time. You were one step took one step too many dodging the encounters. Yeah, I remember.
Yeah, at the end, yes.
That was good. This is a good walk,
It was good enough.
Teaching moment. Yeah, right. It's got through it. Oh, so how does it feel? How does it feel to be the winner? How does it feel to have second
Well,
place?
it's mixed feelings. If I ended up in the bot bracket, I probably be the last person. So winning this is like, okay, I won, but there are 16 more that I didn't beat. So.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I'm happy
But
to
it
win,
turned-
though.
Yeah.
And
It
I'm
turned out
happy
to be
to-
really good.
I'm happy to. I know that I don't need to race again, or 2 times more.
Yeah, and I feel like I've improved a lot over the last couple months here, and just getting to see the rate. Like, there's a lot of dumb stuff that I still do, and stuff that like I try to come up with on my own and like adapt. But every time the tournament happens, and I see like everyone else run all of their races and see what kind of no reset strats people do, there's all kinds of stuff where I'm like, oh, I never thought of that. Although this year it was a lot more like I've seen it all, but now it's more like, oh, now I get it. Now I understand why they're doing that.
Now you're
And-
starting to get it, and now you're gonna start. If you keep going, now you're gonna be like, oh, I can save. I know how to get to a 76 now.
Yeah. So yeah, I got some of
Give it
best
one.
76.45. So hopefully
Oh, there you go.
by this time, so I have 2 sub 80s under my belt now. I wish could have got one in a race this year, but hopefully this time next year I've lost count of how many sub 80s I've gotten, and we'll get them in races regularly. We'll see if that's possible by next year.
Yeah, so with the end of the season for the two of you, keep playing this, or you have other games you're going to be playing?
I gotta switch back to Super Mario Brothers 3 soon, but I'm not done with this yet. I want to get a lower 78 or a 77. I want to try to, now that the tournament's over, I'm gonna learn beam strats and VOD and try to do GP deathless. I want work on that, and then I'll start doing PB attempts again.
Nice.
Yeah, many times I have planned to play other games and stuff, but what happens is I end up playing Zelda 2. I have so little time to play, so it's okay. I play Zelda 2.
Well,
but maybe I will play
want.
Link's Awakening. I've never played it. I played a little bit on the beginning, so maybe there's a blind playthrough coming up.
That's
during
Link's
Christmas.
Fun. Yeah.
Yeah, I played a little bit in the beginning, and took me a long time to use the shield there. It was so great when I got it. Yeah, you can push those guys. Yeah.
Yeah. No, it's a great game.
Sorry for spoiling.
Awesome. Spoiling. You can use the shield. It has your name on it. I love the joke in the beginning. I know it's your shield because it has your name on it. It reminds me of Back to the Future. When they call him Marty McFly, Calvin Klein, because it has his name on it.
Oh, there was a joke there. I have to pay attention next time.
I don't know if it is a joke reference to it or not. It just reminds me of that because his name's on his shield.
Now I can't unsee it.
All right. Well, I'm going to take off, guys. Thanks again, Enos. Thanks, ZSR. And GG Sheepdog. Congrats.
Thank you very much. GG's.
All right.
Thanks, guys.
See y'all.
See ya.
Bye.
Bye.
Okay, thanks to both of the runners. Check out both of their streams. Also, thank you to Yunus for commentating. And we are going to raid over to the ZSR main channel, where we have a charity marathon going on right now. Quick preview on our schedule, what we else have. We have in about 2 hours an Ocarina of Time randomizer tournament 7 qualifier match coming up, and at 7:30 Eastern we are going to show a Tears of the Kingdom 80% tournament match. But for now, I think we're done. Thank you very much for watching, and see you next time here on ZSR.